Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the E-50 factory. Today I'm going to be looking a bit at this Modelcollect E-50 Jagdtiger 2, specifically looking at the metal texture and also shell impacts and how I go about doing those. So this obviously it isn't these metal plates, armoured plates, aren't cast, they're rolled steel, so the texture on them that you're going to get is going to be finer than you would with a heavily cast item. Hopefully you can see. That the cast texture is quite subtle, and obviously once it's been gone over with some primer and paint, etc., that will take away that more and make that even more subtle. So the method that I use for that is I use the Tamiya white top cement. I use this one because it dries a bit slower than extra thin, so it gives you just a little bit more time to work the surface, so you can get that desired sort of pitting and non-smooth effect. So this, as I say, this is the Modelcollect E-50 Jagdtiger 2. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, Modelcollect seem to only do what if or paper panzers or ones that weren't even dreamt up. They do quite a good range of them. So this is the first one that I've done, and early indications say that it seems quite a good kit. Obviously I've not put any of it together as yet, but obviously it looks like it's going to be okay. Very limited on detail. I bought this spare barrel for it because I thought it would be a better option than the one that comes with the kit. It's very long. I'm probably going to lose about 1/3 of the length of it to get it to look right, but it's a much nicer option. And I'm also going to be getting some engine grills as well, as there's none of those included with this kit. So yeah, as you can see in the short videos, you can see how I go about doing the stippling and getting the texture how I like it. And it's nice and easy, it's nice and quick. It's difficult to make mistakes with it, so those are all sort of good things, I think, for any modelers out there. So with regard to the shell impacts on the armour, I'm sure there's a few ways that people do this, but I just thought I'd go through the route that I use. So I've put Vallejo plastic putty blobs there and left them to dry, and then just to begin with, we'll pick one out. Let's do this bottom one. Just sand to go over the top, just to take away that point, just enough so that it doesn't affect the drill. So I'm using a 3mm drill here. I'm sure people would be able to work out the correct size drill for the correct size caliber shell in 135, but I'm not that bothered, to be honest, so I just go with something that I think will look okay. Yeah, so I was concerned that I might have made some of these blobs too big, but in fact it's a little bit small. But that's not the end of the world, because what I normally do next is add some more of the plastic putty into that, because the bottom of the shell impact is a bit too clean for my liking. Also, it just it's that way because of how the drill tip is, but I don't think that's how it would be in real life. So just squeeze a little bit in there, and then I've got some water here, an old brush, there, so you can hopefully see that that's a more raggedy impact. So it still needs a little bit of building up, I think, around the exterior where the steel would have been pushed out from the shell. But I'll carry on with that, or I'll do that later. Now that that's wet in there, it's going to be as easy to make it worse as it is to make it better. So I'll leave that. Hopefully that gives you an idea, and then I'll come back to this in a later video once that's dried and I've maybe done some others, and carry on with the process so you can see exactly what I do. So yeah, I'll be starting building this as well. As I said, I've got to do quite a bit of work fitting the barrel into the mantlet. So it's going to be a fair bit of work needed to be done. But yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, the one other thing I will just say before I go is I've got this attacker set of paints. I've not used their paints before, but everyone that has seems to rave about them. And I've done a few models with primer, maybe just primer turrets or primer chassis, but I wanted to do a full primer version, and I thought that would probably be a good option or for this vehicle. So I thought I'd get the full set and see if I can follow this and see what sort of results I can get. If it comes out anywhere near how good that is on the picture there, I'll be delighted. But again, videos for the future. Okay, thanks a lot for tuning in.